कर लिया सबने? करा हो या नहीं? कौन आ रहा है सबसे पहले? कोई खुद से आ रहा है या चैप्टर कौन सा था? द पोर्ट्रेट ऑफ द लेडी। तो मैं दूंगा एक ऑप्शन। तो क्या तो मेरी मर्जी। ए से किसका नाम? कौन है? किसका नाम है? कौन है? सारे नाम लिख देंगे। बी से लोगे। सी डी दो मिनट देना जल्दी। उसके बाद तुम्हारी हाँ पहला ही अल्फाबेट था, उसके बाद ठीक है। उसके बाद फर्स्ट सेकेंड थर्ड फोर्थ। हाँ फोर्थ थर्ड ठीक है। फिफ्थ तुम्हारा है। नंबर क्या तक ठीक है। फिफ्थ तुम्हारा है। सिक्स तुम्हारा ठीक है। सेवन तुम्हारा क्या रहता है? नंदिता। सेवेंथ नंबर एट तुम्हारा और नाइन पूनम का है ठीक है। 10 पूनम की पार्टनर का है। 11 तुम्हारा है। 12 ज्योति तुम्हारा ठीक है। और 13 इसका ठीक है। 13 हो गया। 14 15 कोई भी ले लेना। और बचा कोई बचा 15 हो गया। एक बच रहा है। कोई पढ़ी भी नहीं इधर मेरी बात में साढ़े समय को भी सुना तो मैंने कहा बताओ भाई वो सुना रही पीछे अब
सही है. Good morning. My name is Dakshay Todi, and I'm going to summarize the chapter. The Portrait of Old Lady. This story is about the relationship of the author with his grandmother. Author used to go to school with his grandmother. His grandmother was wrinkled all over his body. She was same as from last 20 years. His grandfather portrait was in his house, in which he was wearing loose fitted clothes and a big turban. He used to go to school with his grandmother. Beside the school, there was a temple in which his grandmother used to read scriptures. While returning from school, his grandmother used to give chapatis to the dogs. Soon, author's parents get settled in the city. Then they shifted. And in the city, the author used to go in English school where he used to study subjects like science, maths, which his grandmother can't understand. The author get older and get used to go to university. While studying in university, he got his new room, separate room where due to which the bond between them get loose. Then the author get much older. He went to abroad. After returning from abroad, he found that his grandmother was same as before. One day, his grandmother called all his neighbor and drum until overstraining, and she fell sick. The next day, she fell sick, and the doctor told that she will be okay, but she said she is not going to live no longer. Uh, she also stopped her constant prayers. Soon the rosary from her hand fell and she died. Too many sparrows came and said for the mourn. Author's mother gave some bread crumbles in the same way his grandmother used to give him. But the sparrows didn't even touch them. And as the corpse of the grandmother was taken away, the sparrows also went off. Next one.
Firstly, very good morning to all. My name is Rishi. I am a student of class 11. Firstly, very good morning to all. My name is Rishi. I am a student of class 11. Today I am standing here to summarize the short story, The Summer of the Beautiful White Horse. There are two Armenian boys named Aram and Murad. They belong to Caribbean family and they're famous for their honesty. They belong to a very poor family. One day, Murad comes to the Aram house and knock his window. And Aram see that his brother Murad is riding a beautiful white horse. He also wanted to ride the beautiful white horse. Murad said, if you want to ride the horse, then be free. Then Aram chance was come, horse make him fall. Then one day, John Byron come to the Uncle Khusro house. He told Uncle Khusro, my horse was stolen somewhere. Then Uncle Khusro gets angry and shouted, pay no attention to me. is of no harm. Then Aram here that so Aram go to the Murad house and explain all the situation. And Aram said that please do not return the horse. Do not return the horse. So one day Aram and Murad coming back with horse. John Barrow seen that. John Barrow checked the horse with he and Tinky. Then John Barrow said he was just like my horse. He was just like my horse. Was just like my horse. Then John Barrow said that he belongs to Melville family. And Aram and Murad decided to return by beautiful horse with his modern house. Then he left by beautiful horse his modern house. And last at the end of the story, they said goodbye by touching horses. Thank you. Hello everyone, my name is of class 11 from Chennai. Today I am telling you about the short summary of the lady, the portrait of a lady. Sir, वो हजारी है. This story is about a young boy and his grandmother. In this story, the young boy described that the relation between his grandmother. His grandmother was a old and has lived on the place from 20 years. His grandmother. I'm so sorry. His grandmother was a old and had a difficult on her face from 20 years. Her lips was always busy. She spent the most of the time in prayer. Her finger was always busy in telling the needs of Rosary. So the narrator and the grandmother were good friends. The narrator and grandmother were good friends. The narrator was living with his grandmother in village as his parents went to the city. Her grandmother helped to wake up early and get ready for school. The turning point was in their life when they both also down in city. Now the narrator was news but the grandmother was sad because she did not help him in his studies. And after this, the narrator went to the abroad for higher education. The grandmother was sad. And feel alone, but he accepted it. But she accepted it. After the 5 years, when the narrator came from the abroad, he was welcomed by his grandmother on the station. The next day his grandmother was sick, and she knew that her end time was here. And she did not want to talk with anybody. She wants to spend her time in prayer. She continued her prayer at the final. She attended. Thank you.
ज्यादा बात करने से जल्दी भी आ जाएगा। ज्यादा बात करने से जल्दी भी आ जाएगा। ऐसा मत सोचो कि नंबर फिक्स है जल्दी में। सोच लो पहले।
Good morning to my name is Nagar and I am here to summarize the story, The Portrait of the Lady. This story is the common connection between the grandmother and his grandson and how the common link of friendship was snapped. The narrator tells about the grandmother and how old she was, and she was short and felt slightly bent, and their grandfather portrait hung in the drawing room. And where are those fitting clothes? The grandmother and grandson live in a village because because his parents were sent to go in the city. So the grandmother daddy the narrator for the school and go with him and go with her because the temple because the temple is attached to the school and they come to the city because their parents are completely settled in the city and this was the first turning point their friend this was the first turning point of their friendship. Now the narrator go in English school and my motor bus and the grandmother distance because in their school there is no study of God and scriptures. And after the time, the and after the time, the narrator giving own book and their common link of friendship was snapped. And after the narrator go in abroad for higher studies. This break their friendship totally. After 5 years, narrator returned to the home. The grandmother, the grandmother enjoyed his return, and in the next morning, the grandmother was ill. The doctor said it was a swine fever, but the grandmother said it's time, her time was come to leave this world, and now she don't talk to anyone. She was busy reciting the prayers, and in one day, her piece of a rosary fell down from her lifeless head, and she was right to grieve her death. The thousands of the sparrows flew and sat around her body. Good morning, all of you. Myself, Nikita Singh. Today, I am standing here to summarize short story of Portrait of a Lady. This is story based on author and author's grandmother, and author said how he spent his days with his grandmother and what changes come in their relationship. When author saw his grandmother, so he thought she never looked pretty because she is very wrinkled for 20 years. And one day, author's parents came in his grandmother home and said you live with their grandmother. When we settle it in city, then we take them with us. So author lived with their grandmother, and his grandmother helped him his homework to and help him to get ready. Uh, she she
एक बार रिवाइज करूँ.
लास्ट टाइम कहाँ थी?
सर उसकी ग्रैंडमदर प्रेयर करने जाती थी टेंपल पे. और
Now their parents met settled in the city.
हाँ, now when his parents settled in city, so they take them with us. Now the turning point will started. Now author studied in English medium school, and he go with motor bus.
A common link of friendship broke with people.
सर एक बार रिवाइज कर दो, मैं अच्छे से बोलती हूँ.
A common link of friendship broke. Now the narrator has a full separate story. इसलिए तो वाला करना था.
सर मैंने याद नहीं करा, बस एक बार रिवाइज भी नहीं करा.
आज
सर एक बार रिवाइज कर दो.
अगला इसके बाद
तुम्हारा कौन सा नंबर था?
Good morning to you all. The Monday, class 11. Today I am standing here to summarize the portrait of a lady. This story is about the relationship between author and his grandmother. Author tell us his grandmother. His parents send him to his grandmother's house when they are going to city. They say to his grandmother they will take author from her when they will settle in the city. Author tell us how his grandmother make him ready for the school and walk him up and teach him about the games which she used to play in her childhood. And in the evening, she taught him the prayers. When authors go in a higher school, he started to go in English school. Grandmother was often that in the school they were not teaching the students about religions and about gods. Author tell his grandmother that in the school they teach us about terminology, science, etc. And about music, grandmother thinks that music was for beggars, not for normal people like them. After that day, she rarely talked with author and always busy with her spinning wheel. But spinning wheel, she take a break just in the noon for giving a piece of bread to the sparrows. One day, author come to his grandmother and tell her that he got a chance to go abroad for study. His grandmother did not show any emotion and come with him to the station and sent him to the abroad. After 5 years, when author come back from abroad, he see grandmother come to the station to take him. When he go with her grandmother, he see nothing has changed. Everything is like like before. Her grandmother always busy with her spinning wheels and her lips always with busy her prayer. And in the afternoon, she gave pieces to the sparrows. And but one thing has changed. In the evening, her grandmother. In the evening, his grandmother collect all the women of her neighborhood and from the drum. After that, they all go to their house. In the very next day, author's grandmother fall ill. Author's grandmother fall ill. Doctor come and say it is just a normal fever, but my grandmother thinks in a different way and say my end was near and stop praying and close her eyes. They all uh, they all take off her from the bed and lay her on the floor and covered her body with red cloth. After some time, thousands of the sparrows come and sit around the grandmother in the on the floor. There was a silence. There was a silence. Author and her mother feels very sorry for the sparrows and throw some bread pieces, but the sparrow, but the sparrow, but the sparrow never took a, but the sparrows ignored the bread pieces and stand there with their silence. When they all are taking grandmother's body from there, the sparrows fly away. And the next morning, the bread pieces are thrown in the dustbin.
Good morning, everyone. I am Khatima. Today I am here to summarize the story, The Portrait of a Lady by Christmas. This story is about the morning of author and his grandmother. His grandmother was still sane for past 20 years, and people said that she was pretty and young and even had a husband. But the thought was important for author. And so, मुझे बात नहीं करते. His grandmother was slightly fat and short, and her silver locks were scattered entirely on her pale, haggard face. She was telling the leaves of rosary and reciting the prayer. When his parents were shifted to cities, her grandmother used to wake up them and serve you as the
So I am here to summarize the chapter, The Portrait of the Lady. This story tells about the bond between the author and his grandmother. This story tells that how the bond never breaks because of the very hard circumstances faced by narrator and her and his grandmother. Uh, So narrator lives with his grandmother in the village, and her mother and his grandmother and his father lived in city. His grandmother used to do her all chores, help in his homework, and make him ready for school, and also take him to school. But after some years, when his mother and father get settled in the city, they call them with them. Um, and this was the way how their bond get a turning point. Now author was shifted to an English school, and his grandmother was not able to help in his homework, and not able to send him to school, as the motor bus was there to take him to school. After some years, when he was going to university, he was given a room where he was not with his grandmother. Now their bond became weak. After some years, when he went to abroad for higher studies, he thought that her grandmother will feel bad, but her grandmother would buy him nicely and kiss her on her face, on his forehead. And when when he returned from there after 5 years, his grandmother was as same as before, but at that time she called the neighbors and played a drum, and that was the first time her, the author saw her grandmother was not chanting the prayers. And after the scene, on the very next day, her grandmother fell ill. Doctor said that it was a mild fever, but her grandmother think differently. His grandmother think differently, and she said that it was my last time I am with you. She closed her eyes, and after that she died. Her grandmother was to spend her time with feeding the sparrows, but when she died, there was no one to feed sparrows. So Oscar's mother feed sparrow, but the sparrow didn't eat the chapatis or the bread. The sparrows did eat the bread. This shows that the bond between the animal and the grandmother was also there. Thank you.
Good morning to all of you. Myself, Poonam Pandey. Good morning to all of you. Myself, Poonam Pandey. I'm in 11th standard, and today I'm here to deliver a summary. The Summer of a Beautiful White Horse. This story is about two Armenian boys, Murad and Aram, who belong to a Geruglian family who was famous, and their tribe was famous about their honesty and trust. And both the brothers loved the horse riding. Uh, and one early morning, the Murad had stolen the horse from a farmer whose name is John Byro, and brought the horse to the Aram's window and asked him for a ride. And it was very hard for the Aram to believe that Murad is sitting in a white, beautiful horse, because they are poverty stricken, and even they are not able to afford a food for themselves. And after the riding the horse, Aram said to Murad that he also want to ride the horse alone. But on that time, horse kicked him and run away from there. And after half an hour, they find the horse and hide the horse to vineyard. And early morning, the John Tyro came to the Aram's house and complained about the missing horse to the Uncle Khusro. And Uncle Khusro was very irritating and less tempered person who always spoke his famous dialogue, that is, pay no attention to it, it is of no harm. And when the John Tyro met with the Aram and Murad with his beautiful white horse, and they remembered them about their tribe, and they both felt very guilty and decided to return their horse to the John Byro barn and say the final goodbye to the horse by rubbing his nose to the horse nose. Thank you.
आगे आगे देखिए
Good morning to all of you. My name is Nitya. I am standing here to tell you about the short summary of the chapter, The Portrait of the Lake. The author of the story, the Gopal Singh, he described his friendship with his grandmother. His grandmother had always short, fat, and slightly bent. His grandmother was his best friend when his parents left him with his grandmother, and when they lived in the cities. And when they went to live in the city, and they were constantly together. His grandmother wake him in the morning, and she said her morning prayer in a monotune, and while singing the song, dress up and bath him in the hope that he'll listen and get to know that it's by heart. And his grandmother always went with him in this, always went him with the, his grandmother always went him with the school with him and used to feed the dog in the temple. When his parents comfortably settled in the city, they sent for him, and it was a turning point of his friendship. All thought they shared the same room, but no longer his grandmother was not come to the school with him because she go to the English school by the motor bus, and the motor bus. When she came back to the house, his grandmother asked him what the teacher taught him. He tell some English word and little bit things of the Western science and law, gravity, etc. That made his grandmother unhappy because she did not help him in his lesson. And when the author went to the university, she had a room of his own. The common link between his friendship was snapped, and his grandmother always said by the wheel spinning and prayer and closing the beads, closely of the beads, and when the author decided to when the author decided to wend the abroad for the study for 5 years, she worried about his grandmother, that he sure that his grandmother would be upset and would be upset. His grandmother came to meet him in the station and do not talk and don't show the any emotion. And he kissed his forehead. And after the 5 years, she came back. The evening over, his grandmother was totally changed. She collected the movements of the neighbors through the drum and singing a song. The next morning, his grandmother taken ill, and then she was dead. The baby is dead. Then thousands of these sparrows flew and scattered in the floor, and when his grandmother taken away, the sparrows are also away quietly. Beautiful.
वीडियो देखने में
Good morning, everyone. My name is Tarani, and today I'm here to summarize Chapter 1, the Summer of the Beautiful White Horse. This story is about two Armenian boys and a horse. Boys named Aram and Murad belonged to the Galilean family, which was known for its honesty, truth, and poverty. One early morning, a boy named Murad knocked Aram's window. Aram woke up and was surprised as Murad was sitting on a beautiful white horse, which he could not afford. Then Murad offered him to ride along with him. So both of them enjoyed riding. When Aram came back to home, uh, his uncle his uncle Khushro also came to visit their home for cigarette and coffee. Another visitor named John Barrow also arrived and explained the sorrowful story of the theft of his horse. To this, Uncle Khushro replied with his famous dialogue, "Pay no attention to it, it is of no harm." Then John Barrow get angry and go from there. One early morning, when both boys were riding the horse, John Barrow arrived and claimed that the horse they were riding on is just twin of his own horse. So few days later, boys feel guilty and decided to give their horse back to the John Barrow. They tied the horse to the farmer's cart, and Murad finally said goodbye to the horse by rubbing his nose to the horse's nose. When John Barrow got his horse, he was more tempered and he go to the Uncle Khushro and said that his horse is back now. So to this Uncle Khushro replied, "Pay no attention to it, it is of no harm." Thank you.
Good morning, all of you. My name is Jyoti Gandhi. I am standing here to summarize the chapter, The Portrait of a Lady. This story, The Portrait of a Lady, is about the author and his grandmother. The grandmother is an old woman with a wrinkled face. The author said that she seemed it like this for the past 20 years. No one can imagine that she is a pretty or young for some time and would have a husband, and then the author tell that about his grandfather, voted, who was also an old man. No one could imagine that he had a wife or a children, but someone could think about that he had a lots of grandchildren. Initially, the grandmother and the author was a good friends, and they have bonded each other in a very strong manner. And the grandmother came and get ready for his school. They both had a dream of going together to school, and the grandmother sat on the temple and read the scripture. And after the school of the author, they both come together home with a stray dogs. And grandmother would carry the bits of chapatis for the stray dogs. And after some time, the author's parents settled on the city, and this was the turning point for author and his grandmother. So they shared the common, there they shared the common room, but there the author go in the English medium school, and the grandmother did not believe believe in the English or science. She thought that thought that there was no teaching about God and scriptures. So sometimes he asked the author about what the teacher had told, or teased her his, in the school. And, after some time, the author went university for his higher studies, and this was the broken point for them. And the grandmother accepted his friendship or loneliness quietly, and then the author returned home after 5 years. He met with his grandmother, and she did not look a day older. She was ill, and the next day she had a mild fever, and the mother told her that his head was her head was clear, and she did not stop reciting prayers and the beads of rosary. So at the last, her lips stopping moving, and she was died. So the author upset. Thanks, that's all from my.
जो रिमेनिंग है बता दो जो एब्सेंट है उनके साथ एब्सेंट वाले को छोड़ दीजिए